So Endgame is fast approaching, and while not everyone has seen every MCU movie, or has the time to catch up, or wants to, but they still want to go in and not be too lost. So Top 10 Nerd is here to help. I'm Sasha, and this is what you need to know before you go see Endgame, or you can just jump in, whatever works for you. Also, spoilers. So where to start? When you get into Endgame, it's probably going to be a pretty direct follow-up from Infinity War, which saw Thanos the Mad Titan succeeding in his plan to halve the universe's population, which in the process caused many heroes to dramatically disappear, with Peter Parker's death in particular sparking online feelings and memes. Oh, so many memes. The end of this left the Avengers scattered, with a core group back on Earth including Thor and Bruce Banner, who made it back post Ragnarok, and Tony was trapped up in space with Nebula. Side note, Loki's death in Infinity War occurred pre-snap via Thanos' giant hands. Captain Marvel, for those who missed it, introduced the world to the character and her power level in order to establish that she has met up with the Earthbound Avengers crew to join the team and help stop the threat. That's most of what you need to know. There's also the fact that she can punch spaceships. Okay, Thor. The Thor we're dealing with now is much more hardened and somber than the Thor of the past. The comedic tone of Thor Ragnarok made it easy to miss the fact that most of his people and his friends, like the Warriors 3 minus Sif, were brutally killed. Thor has lost essentially everyone but the team at this point. As for the Guardians, most of the team snapped. Rocket is on Earth, Nebula as mentioned is with Tony, and Thanos killed Gamora, but fans believe she may be lurking in the Soul Realm inside the Soul Stone. Wanda snapped. Vision dead and snapped. 2 for 1. Black Panther snapped. A lot of people snapped. Gotta save money where you can. Also, the drama. Steve lost Bucky in the snap, and also appears more hardened after years on the run. So for this, we need to go back to Civil War, which was handled just as messily as it was in the comics back in 2006. The question of hero registration and teams being controlled by a government or UN board is introduced. A traumatized Tony Stark, who has been established as having PTSD since the first Avengers film, which was exacerbated in Age of Ultron after Wanda showed him his worst fears, is attempting to better the world by introducing youth programs. Here he is confronted by a mother of one of the victims of a past Avengers incident, and this sends him into a tailspin that causes him to seriously consider the Accords, to make sure that their team doesn't do more harm than good. After only Natasha bothering to see if he's alright, the rest of the team rallies behind Captain America, who is partially driven by his feelings of negativity towards registration because of what he saw in World War II. However, his bigger driving factor is because of Bucky, his former friend, now kind of his friend and brainwashed Winter Soldier, who is captured. Steve will do anything to protect him, so sacrifices everything for him, and Drags / the rest of the team decides to come with him to support. Team Cap versus Team Iron Man was very real. People saw this movie very differently. So after all of this, Tony snaps, imprisons his own team, and ends up with a fight with Steve and Bucky, after learning that Bucky killed his parents. Steve brings his shield down where the arc reactor was, which would have killed him if the arc reactor hadn't been retconned out in Iron Man 3. From then on, Steve and most of the Avengers, including Black Widow, are on the run, except for Hawkeye and Clint, who accepted house arrest to stay near their families. For in the MCU, never forget, Clint has a secret family. Some have no sympathy for Tony because he built Ultron in the MCU, which wow did that go wrong. But it gave the world vision. Okay. So, cliff notes. Steve and them are on the run. Tony and Steve not talking, but Steve gave him a flip phone. Now onto Doctor Strange, who by the way, snapped. So, Doctor Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme. He had the Time Stone, and he was shown to have permeated all the potentialities for how they could have stopped Thanos, and he only saw one. So theories are that Endgame will be the one timeline he saw where they succeeded. Ant-Man and the Wasp fully introduced the world to the quantum realm. That looks like it could play a big part in Endgame, with some thinking the entire team is going to have to go there. But basically, what you need to know is that it exists. Hawkeye is looking like he's now going to be in his Ronin persona. And just in general, most fans think this movie is going to deal with time travel, so just basic knowledge of the early years may be required. The fact that Steve left Peggy back in the 40s when he sacrificed himself. The big Chitauri incident in New York where the Avengers first tested their mettle as a team. The fact that Clint and Natasha did something in Budapest. Okay, let's talk about the Hulk. Bruce Banner in Hulk form left the Earth after Age of Ultron and didn't properly reappear till Ragnarok, where he had been chilling as a gladiator to entertain the Grand Master. Thor managed to get him to revert to his Banner persona. However, since they got back to Earth for the climactic Thanos battle, Bruce hasn't been able to summon the Hulk, which has made some fans mighty suspicious. Black Panther. So Black Panther gives us a full origin for T'Challa, but also introduces the space of Wakanda properly, in all of its advanced glory, as well as the King's supporting cast, some of whom survived the snap. Chances are the remainers in Wakanda will be able to help out with their tech. Wakanda is also where the big Thanos battle took place. One of them. Also, Pepper and Tony were talking about babies. Just FYI for people going in, not everything is gonna be picked up, especially character-wise. The films have to pick and choose what they depict, so not all emotional beats will be fully explored. There's just, as the Russo brothers said, not enough time. So be prepared. In general, Endgame is setting up the next phase of the MCU, and we have many other players on deck. And it looks like a lot of snaps will be undone, as it was confirmed that Spider-Man Far From Home occurs after Endgame in the timeline. So there could still be a Bucky or Falcon Cap. Maybe there will be a Kate Bishop. Perhaps Monica Rambeau introduced in Captain Marvel will be Photon. Everything will change. So I think you're ready for Endgame, and if any of you can think of anything else, put it down below. Tell the people so that they can go in informed. I'm Sasha, and the MCU has been a ride. Serious question, are you still excited, or did you fall off at some point? If so, when? Or maybe you're just getting started. If so, what got you into it? Let me know down below. Thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Also, I don't know why I'm so salty. I'm so sorry. Some of these films have hurt me. I will see you all again soon, and please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and go down there and check out more nerdy lists and videos explained. Okay, bye-bye.